tough one today. He's going up against D. Wade himself. Wade is a stat sheet stuffer who's extremely explosive at getting to the rim. We'll see if he's up to the task.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Pang and McRoberts holding down the forward spots. And it's Bosch in at the center position. And for the Magic, Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. Johnson is out there at Payton, and it's Harris in at the small forward. Now here's Dang. Back to Chalmers. 6 to shoot. And the block by Johnson. Johnson right side. Pass to Gordon. Back to Johnson. Makes it off the glass. Johnson's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Magic.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, has been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and become just a huge draw around the NBA. His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Payton passes to Johnson. He kicks it to Gordon. Back to Johnson. He dishes it to Gordon. The feed now to Wade. Johnson with the block. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's Harris off the drive. Back to Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, Kevin, he's their rock defensively. The guy all his teammates look to set the tone at that end of the floor.
And, you know, he's earned that designation and that respect because of the tenacity and intelligence he has as a defender, guys. The respect they have for him is off the charts. He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Chalmers dishes to Dang. Wade outside. Goes up at the stripe. Wade missing again.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Chalmers with it. Now Payton defending. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Back to Chalmers. Right side Bosch. Just 5 on the clock. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Payton passes to Johnson. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. 6 points for Johnson.
He's tall for a shooting guard, and he took full advantage of his height on that one.
Wade against Johnson. Now Wade, 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing, too. And his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him. Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Now, here's Chalmers. Coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia. And it's Wade penetrating. And Johnson with the block. They get it back. So the Heat, their last game, a win against the 76ers.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent. But, hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Here's Wade after the made shot from Johnson. Bosch, that's the pick for Chalmers. Inside, and it's blocked by Gordon. Pass to Harris. And Lou Elbang gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Now here is Harris. 11 points last game. Johnson with a screen on Bosch. Vucevic dishes to Johnson.
first miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Wade with the defensive effort.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
Here's Wade after the made shot from Johnson. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. 6 on the shot clock. You talk about Coach Spoelstra staying open to new ideas. He spent time in the summer studying football coaches and their techniques.
Yeah, kind of an interdisciplinary interest in greatness. And, that's what goes into building a champion. Spoelstra, very intense and focused, always trying to find an edge, even if he has to kind of step outside the box a little bit.
Now here's Johnson. He had 34 points in the win against Philadelphia. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's sent back by Bosch. And they'll keep possession. Harris misses.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Chalmers with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Wade covered by Payton. Wade passes to McRoberts. An easy 2 points on the layup.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
It's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Now here's Payton. Harris gets the screen from Johnson. Harris kicks to Payton. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. The Orlando Magic coming to this one after the win against the 76ers. Here's Dang. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Harris. Magic leading by 3. Gordon with the screen for Harris. Here's Vucevic. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia.
And his rebounding in that game, Kevin, just tremendous. He owned the boards.
Now here's Gordon. And he gets it to go. That's 12 points for Johnson.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Closing in on 4 minutes play here in the second quarter. And it's blocked by Johnson. Johnson, he's in at shooting guard. The forwards are Gordon and Harris. Payton is out there with Vucevic. That's his out there for Orlando. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Garbage man in their last game against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 34 points, and the basket seemed pretty big to him. He didn't miss a whole lot all night. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance at Clark here tonight?
I'd say no chance, partner. And that's not a knock against him. It's just that he was so good that night. I don't think he can possibly do it 2 games in a row.
He was Kellogghian. Is that a word? We can use that word, can't we?
It is now.
Oh, look at Steve. He didn't like that, though. Look at him.
Let's just say he was really good.
And Miami making a change here. Chalmers has checked in. No good from Wade.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Johnson with it. He's picked up by Dang. Gordon kicks to Harris. Harris, right side. Clock at 6. Back to Payton. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Here's Johnson. Orlando gets it back. Vucevic dishes to Payton. Vucevic a screen on Wade. Payton kicks to Johnson. Johnson double teamed. Gives him the lead pass. And it's Harris off the drive. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Johnson the pass to Gordon. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Look at Orlando. Advantage in 1 series. And checking out Miami. 2 spots down.
Checking out Miami, You know they've hung pretty close to the top of the standings, but given the expectations for them coming into the season, it's still a little bit of a disappointment.
Well, you think about the buzz surrounding this club early on. It's definitely sagged off a little bit now. They haven't performed quite the way they expected to, but there's still time. I mean, if they keep plugging away, I think they can get there by the time the playoffs come around.
Danny Granger, he's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Bosch dishes to Wade. Good, and it's Bosch picking up the assist. Wade's got his second bucket of the night.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
You know, for Dwayne Wade, he's an athlete who's grown accustomed to having his personal life and his public life intersect. But he's found a way to turn that into a positive, selling the rights to a sitcom based on his experiences as a player and a parent.
Miami with the ball after the Magic pick up 2. Then kicks to Bosch.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
Orlando leading by 4. Johnson with it. And Bosch picks him up defensively. And it's Gordon missing.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
And it's blocked by Johnson. They recover it. That's good.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Wade. And the pass to Granger. Back to Wade. Granger outside.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes.
5 on the clock. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
And it's Johnson penetrating. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And a new group in for the Heat. Johnson, the pass to Oladipo. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Haslam a screen on Oladipo. Chalmers dishes to Granger. He feeds it to Anderson. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Orlando leading by 3. And Oladipo kicks to Johnson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
Fat and sassy. Come on, Clark. I mean, we're seeing their free throw attempts diminish, but I don't know about calling them fat and sassy. That seems kind of harsh.
Now here's Granger. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Franklin passes to Chalmers. Fires the 3. No luck. Excellent D there by Johnson.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead to me has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Here's Gordon, averaging 6 points per contest. Nicholson. And again, it's Orlando converted.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Here's Franklin, defended by Gordon. Kicks to Granger. Here's Franklin. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. So we reached the end of the first half of play. Magic lead by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Garbage Man.
It didn't take long to see what kind of game he was going to have today. He came out very aggressively and had a terrific first half.
You know, you look at his shot chart, it's all graped up. I mean, he's right at the rim. He's driving the lane again and again.
On the floor for Miami, Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Nick Roberts at the 4 with Bosch at center. And it's Dang in at the 3, the small forward.
Great job. Taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And so Chalmers nails both of them. And here is Payton. Johnson with a screen on Chalmers. Payton kicks to Johnson. No good off the front iron.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, after opting out of the last 2 years and $42 million of his contract, Dwayne Wade re-signed with the Heat for 2 years at about $31 million. Kevin, if he hadn't already solidified his place as the most beloved player in Miami Heat history, giving up over $10 million to help the team compete has to seal the deal.
Incredible, Doris. He said home is where the heart is. That's great to hear. Thanks. And Vucevic throws it down.
You know, he's really adept at keeping possessions alive by hitting the boards and cashing in on some of those putbacks.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
Now here's Dang. Right now averaging 15 points a game. Passes to Wade. 4 on the clock. That is good. Wade's got 11 points.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Luol Deng is the definition of a gamer. He averaged over 38 minutes a game over the last 5 seasons with the Bulls. Played with a fractured thumb, torn ligaments in his wrist. He always goes all out at both ends every time he's on the floor.
And there's the foul, and it's on Garbage Man. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
The drive by Wade, and it's blocked by Gordon. Johnson dishes to Harris. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And when you talk about the physical toll for Zane playing those long minutes, tremendous discipline and dedication to keep his body ready to go. You know, his hard work and leadership has to be missed by the Bulls on and off the court.
There's the pick. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. Wade. Bosch, a screen on Johnson. Back to Bosch. Tries it from 19. It's rebounded by Payton. Payton's got his 4th rebound in this one. And for Dang, back in the 2013 playoffs, he tried to practice through complications from a spinal tap. You don't hear that very often. That was a life-threatening condition.
And Kevin, he was unhappy with his care during that incident and said nobody from the Bulls checked up on him at the hospital. So I think that cast a real cloud over their ensuing contract negotiations.
Orlando leading by 4. Johnson with a screen on Chalmers. Payton passes to Harris. The Magic again can't hit. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. 3rd quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And yes, sir, that one drops.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Now here's Payton. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Out the dish to Johnson. Excellent use of the screen that time. Johnson's got 17.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
Chalmers with it. Now Payton defending. Chalmers dishes to Wade. Rebounded by Vucevic.
Gotta like the defense not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do it. With a tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
Now here's Payton. The high post shot. And he overshot that one, missing. The Heat trailed by 4. And Chalmers kicks to Dang. Chalmers, he's open, and the jumper is good. Chalmers has got 4 points in the quarter. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Feeds it to Harris. Back to Payton. He passes it to Vucevic. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 4th assist in this one.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Here is McRoberts. He's got 5.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
That one goes. Count it. And now a 6-point Magic lead.
And his stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
T-Wade on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Wade against Johnson. Wade outside. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Chalmers against Harris. Wade kicks to Dang. Back to Wade. Looking to get it going. He takes it up and lays it in. Wade's got 13 points.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Here's Payton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Magic lead by 6.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Here is McRoberts. He has 5. Wade outside. Harris against Bosch. Count the bucket.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Payton outside. Harris passes to Payton. Back to Harris. Dishes it to Payton. Tries a 3. Payton can't get that one to fall. The Heat trail by 4. Wade kicks to Chalmers. Rebound by the Magic.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Now, here's Chalmers, averaging 12 points a game. And again, it's Chris Bosch. Bosch has got 4 this quarter.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
Chris Bosch, in some ways, had been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely valuable. A nice complementary scorer and understated defensively. But with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Payton dishes to Johnson. Vucevic up top. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Payton with another miss. And Chris Bosch posted up a lot more, it seemed, to Clark in Toronto and Miami. It's become primarily a face-up threat.
And I think that's where he's most comfortable, Kevin. More of a slender build. He takes advantage of his quickness more than his strength, so facing up is really where he's been most effective.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
And Chalmers kicks to Dang. 26 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Wade against Johnson. Goes up the baseline. And another basket for Miami.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Peyton outside. Back to Harris. Pass to Johnson. Misses from close range. Here's Wade. No good. And we just finished the third quarter. All right, the fourth. Bosch, the screen. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Granger outside. Wade outside. Wade left side. Double teamed on Wade. Nick Roberts. 3 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. But they get it back.
You know, nobody responds to end-of-game pressure like this guy. That's what comes to mind immediately for me. He's hit some monumental shots in his career, and some guys just embrace the moment at the end of the game. That's him.
And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
Johnson, he's in at small forward. Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. Victor Oladipo is out there with Ben Gordon, so that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Good. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Oladipo off the pick from Johnson. Oladipo, the pass to Gordon. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
And Roberts kicks to Bosch. Granger. He dishes it to Wade. Baseline J on the way. And it's Wade again missing.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
Johnson sets the screen for Oladipo. He kicks it to Gordon. Second chance effort, and it's Gordon missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
On the wing, Granger launches it, and he gets it to go.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3 ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Now, here's Oladipo. Lets it go from deep, and Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Oladipo. Gordon's got 9 points now in just the second half. And Roberts kicks to Bosch. The feed to Wade. Granger outside. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And the Heat with some changes. Tobias Harris comes in for Ben Gordon. And it's Peyton in for Victor Oladipo.
Danny Granger dealing with injuries over the last few seasons. His shooting percentages have waned, but we know what a clutch scorer he can be when he's right. Now feeling better, we're seeing some of that spring in his step.
The Heat trailed by 3. And it's Wade penetrating. Back to Bosch. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Yeah, you know the fans out in Phoenix really hoping for a win in that one.
The 3 from Chalmers. The shot is off. And Orlando will come the other way. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Well, and you know the fans out in Atlanta hoping for a win in that game.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
That's good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here is Harris. Pass to Johnson. Good. And Harris gets the assist. That's 23 points for Johnson.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Johnson against Wade. Shot clock at 6. Granger outside. From the arc. And that one's good. Granger's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. He's 4 for 4, and he knows they need every basket. I would look for them to continue to get the ball in his hands.
Well, I tell you what, after turning the ball over so much in the first half, guys, he's really settled down nicely since and doesn't have any turnover since the break.
Luol Deng is checked in for Danny Granger. Chalmers against Payton. Now, here's Chalmers. He's covered closely. The score now all even. 14 points for Chris Bosh.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement. They're generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
Harris misses.
Really good job on the inside that time. I mean, he had to work for that rebound. He got it done.
To take the lead. No good from Wade.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Good.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Payton drives in, fades away, and again it's Orlando converted. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to lose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Now here's Wade. Johnson with the block. Takes the lead pass. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Johnson with a screen on Chalmers. Payton dishes to Johnson. Can't get it to go.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Back to Bosh. There's the pass to Chalmers. He feeds it to Wade. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 10 feet out. And it's Wade again missing.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Well, I like the closeout there, Steve. Well done. There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Now, here's Chalmers. Wade sets the pick for Chalmers. Kicks it to Wade. Looking to get back on track here. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Watch out. D-Wade has caught fire.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Orlando's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times.
That's exactly how you win a rebound battle. Get good position and then use your strength to hold on to that position.
Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Buries it. A huge shot to tie it up.
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperate.
Payton passes to Johnson. To win it. Oh, he got it!
Boom! Buzzer! Knock it down! Right at the hole. Nothing but zeros on the clock as he drains the winner. What a finish.
And he never had a doubt. He was celebrating the moment it had left his hand.
And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Garbage Man.
You have to be elated after hitting that shot to win the game. Where does this rank on the list of your biggest moments on the basketball court?
Whew. Wow. Man, I still can't believe it. That's definitely one of the craziest and most intense moments I've had in my entire career, man. Any one of these guys could have hit the shot just as well, but tonight, it happened to be me. More than anything else, it was great to win the game. But to do it like that, whew, special, man. That was something I won't forget for a long, long time. The NBA, where amazing happens, baby. You feel me?
Just taste the funk and hit it. Just get